So, if you're building a business and feel busy all day but still aren't getting the results you want, this might help you. I realized recently that I've been doing one of the most dangerous forms of procrastination there is, and the worst part is that it looks productive while you're doing it. It's just learning instead of actually executing what you need to get done. So recently, I've been spending a lot of time learning new or like real estate strategies, so forth, kind of things that are helpful. Kind of researching things like creative finance, seller financing, mortgage takeovers, equity carry deals, and all sorts of other structures such as like cash and whatnot. And honestly, I enjoy learning that stuff. It feels productive learning. It feels like I'm moving forward. But the problem that I'm really starting to notice is the days where I learn the most were always the days where I actually moved my business forward. Or the days where I learned the most weren't always the days I was actually moving my business forward. And that's why it's a hard thing to admit because learning feels good. It feels like work, but sometimes it's really just a distraction from the harder thing that you need to get actually done. So I caught myself doing that recently, and I spent a good chunk of the day just studying and researching, trying to learn, trying to take notes, watching videos, trying to understand how to use and understand the strategy a little bit better. And at the end of the day, I felt a little bit productive, but then I looked at my numbers. I didn't make any of my calls. I didn't send any enough or enough of my offers at least. And I didn't have enough follow up. And that's when it hit me. The biggest thing holding me back wasn't more knowledge. It's wasn't another strategy. It wasn't another course I needed to get done. It wasn't another video. It was just the activity that I wasn't doing. And I was avoiding the thing that actually creates my opportunities. Not intentionally, but I was still avoiding it. So what I needed to do is is still important when you don't know what you're doing. But eventually, every entrepreneur reaches a point where knowledge stops being a big bottleneck for you and execution becomes that bottleneck because you're not doing anything to get to where you want to be. And I think that's where a lot of people actually get stuck. That's where I get stuck here and there. Just like today, I got stuck. But then they convince themselves that they need one more book, one more podcast, one more video, one more strategy, or one more certification, whatever you need to get done. But what they actually need is just more reps, more calls, more outreach, conversations, offers, whatever you need to do. But because the business doesn't pay you for what you know, it pays you for what you actually do. And I realized that no amount of learning can actually replace the activity. And the best salesperson in the world can't close a lead that was never contacted. The best marketer in the world can't convert a prospect that was never entered into their pipeline. And the best wholesaler in the world can't get a deal from an offer that was never sent to the person. So here's kind of the little framework I'm using moving forward. Learning comes from execution, not before. So every day I just need to hit my numbers first, so such as calls, offers, follow-ups, whatever. And then whatever the core activities that are actually going to move the business forward, only after those are done, I have the right to spend some time learning something new because learning should be a support action and it doesn't replace your main actions. So, if you're watching this, figure out the one activity that is actually going to drive your business. Maybe it's calls, maybe it's content, maybe it's sales meetings, whatever you need to do. Maybe it's outreach. But whatever it is, set a daily target and hit that before you spend some time consuming more information. So, the lesson that I learned is super simple. Learning is leverage on top of your action. It's not a substitute for your action. The next level of growth usually isn't hidden behind another book or another strategy. It's hidden inside doing the boring work that you weren't doing consistently. So ask yourself, are you lacking knowledge or are you avoiding execution? Today for me, it was avoiding execution. Let me know in the comments what activity you know that you should be doing more of and if you're willing to build something for yourself and keep putting in the reps. I'll see you on the next one.